Okay, let's start with the steak. If you have enough time to plan ahead, it's of course best to have that steak at room temperature. And I was able to do that. Oh, that's glorious. Of course, if you're handling raw meat, be careful about what you touch after. Make sure you're washing your hands constantly while you're working on such a thing. Of course, I'll sanitize this countertop after I'm done as well. But I like to get a lot of the moisture off. For preparation, all I really do is salt and pepper. And whenever I have it handy, I like to do the salt mill and the pepper mill. As far as I'm concerned, you can't put too much salt or pepper on there. But that's just me. You go ahead and make yours to taste. I will post a link in the description to the video that inspired this. Glorious. Alright, I'll get the pan started. Okay, I'm in a construction zone. Currently the gas stove is not working, and there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing wrong with the stove. The line has been cut off during part of this construction. So, we've got this little two-spot electric hot plate. We're going to attempt to cook a steak on here. You know what? That's not big enough. Let's go ahead and do some heavy cast iron. Gonna take a minute, I'll pause you. Okay, we got a little heat going on. Go put some oil in. Alright, we're going to throw you on time lapse for this. Okay, I'm going to toss in a little bit of butter. And we're going to toss some Italian herbs on there. don't know where my thermometer is. So we're going to let it cook just a little bit more, and then I'm going to just cut it open real quick and see where we're at. But it is looking tremendous. Probably good for me. Might not be as good for Mrs. Izzo. I'm going to let it go just a little bit longer. Alright, we'll put you back on timeline. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. I don't have my thermometer. Normally I would go to a certain temperature and then let it rest. So we're going to pull it off the heat. We're going to let it rest and start working on the onion rings. Okay, I'll get set up for the onion. Okay, gonna take a shot at some onion rings. Yeah, this one looks fun. Okay, so I cleaned the onion already. Always clean your fruits and vegetables. Boy, I should have looked for a much sharper knife. Oh well, save that for a sandwich or something. Yep, those are broke. So I watched one video before attempting to make this, so we'll see how it goes. You could almost say noob makes ultimate steak sandwich. There we go. Not sure if Mrs. Izzo will like these onion rings. They might be a little too thick and wacky for her. Okay, it might make a couple of larger onion rings that won't go on the sandwich. And then these smaller ones go on the sandwiches. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, hang on. Well, I decided to thinnize them up. Okay, let's make the batter. The recipe I'm following is a very simple recipe. basically flour, salt, and liquid. So I am using this, a little bit fancier than you normally would probably want to do for onion rings. However, this is Izzo has a reaction to flour made here in America, so I'm stuck buying flour from other countries. But hey, it lets her eat stuff without injuring herself, and that is wonderful. For the salt, we're not going to do the fancy salt shaker. For liquid, let's do something fun. Oops. I have a proper church key here. Try to use this thing. There we go. Cerveza Modelo Especial. Too bad I don't have any Cerveza Cristal with me. Cerveza Cristal. And we're just going to keep adding beer until the consistency is dippable. We're just about a drywall mud. We want to be a little wetter than that, though. We want to be more like a pancake batter. Getting closer. And of course, we're going to try to get all the lumps out. Those onions smell good. I'm not crying, you're crying. Ooh, we're just about there. It's maybe just a touch runnier than pancake batter, and I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm liking that. Okay, let's go ahead and check this out. Got canola oil here. You want it to be about 350. So we're good there. We're going to turn it down just barely off of max. Okay, where do we go? Alright, so the cool people in the video I was watching, thinking we're just putting it in with their fingers. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Call me a wuss if you want. Let me know in the comments. Am I a wuss or am I smart? It's a little more time. They're floating quite nicely though. $288, I don't believe that. 330, 333. Pop it back up to max and keep an eye on it. 340. I'm gonna do them in batches. I'm not gonna like assembly line them. Yeah, now that you've seen it in real time, and put you in time. Okay, while we wait for that, I'm going to toast a couple buns. Okay, here we go. Let's assemble these. I just got some Hidden Valley Ranch secret sauce. In the video I watched, the gentleman had a homemade paprika sauce. So, paprika. I don't have that, so I'm not doing that. He also cooked his over a campfire. It's pretty sweet. I think I'll make one with this sauce, and then I did buy several others. This one seems like working. Never send a carpenter to do a chef's job. There we go. Struggle is real. Thankfully, so far, everything is smelling really good. Steaks smell delicious. The onion rings don't smell super potent, but, well, here. Yeah, they're good. They're tasty. Alright. I'm going to put 3 smaller ones on this one. Perhaps we'll give it to Mrs. Izzo. Let me check on these onion rings. These larger ones are going to be just for eating, not for putting on the sandwich. Should go get a piece of chocolate, bread it, and deep fry it. I just might do that. Alright, give me a second. I gotta put 3 more into the fryer. Oh, almost out of batter. So I was doing roughly 3 minutes for each side of the onion rings. These last onion rings are going to be barely battered. Oh well. Okay. And let me just check the video. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, probably just a tiny bit done more than I wanted, but it's probably closer to how Mrs. Izzo likes it, and it's still pretty tasty and juicy. Alright, that is one crazy looking sandwich. Alright, I'll take this one to Mrs. Izzo with some onion rings, and I'll be back to let you know what she thinks while I put mine together. Okay, Mrs. Izzo approves. So now I can make mine. Can't go too big with the onion rings. Oh, forgot to put the sauce on there. Oops. Saucy. So, hey, it's my floor. Don't judge me. Fortunately, we just cleaned today. Okay, this part of the steak is a little closer to how I like it. So that's going to be great. Accidentally chose the right pieces for each of us. Oh, excellent. Look at that. Look at that piece. I like a little bit of fat on there, but not too much. Okay. There's nothing to dislike there. So, I don't cook super often, but you just saw how easy it is to make this. So if you do it, do your research. Know how hot to do your oil, how deep to do your oil. Don't start any fires at your house. Do this at your own risk and do it as safely as possible. And in the meantime, if you're working or cooking, do it safely. If you're drinking whiskey, drink responsibly. Do everything with a little bit of whimsy, and you're going to end up with a delicious tasting sandwich. My goodness. I'll see you next time you're hanging out at Izzo's place. Get rid of these Martian-looking onion rings. Just didn't quite get covered enough. You know, these two I'll leave in just a little bit. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two little pieces of steak and I'm going to batter them. Toss them in there. Just for fun. And then I'm going to go find a couple pieces of chocolate. That was dangerous. Don't do that the way I did it. Matter of fact, oops, let's get a knife out. Alright, well, those start cooking. I'll go find some chocolate. Those are as good as they're going to get. Alright, there's gotta be some chocolate around here. I'll be right. Alright, I'm sure this won't be weird at all. Come on. Yeah, so there's steak in here with the chocolate. I never claimed to be a human. I don't know if it's going to melt and go crazy. We're not going to leave it in very long, that's for sure. Never done this before, haven't watched a video. I'm just being Izzo. Okay, we've got our country fried steak. Let's chutting up chocolates. Chocolate's melting pretty quick. We're going to get it out of here. Yeah, that didn't work out great, but I bet it'll be delicious anyway. Maybe I'll toss them in the fridge. I'll let you know how it goes.